Shirley from AT&T, and I want to welcome Grandpa Sports Videos to the world of wheels.
Well, welcome, folks, and I know we've got a lot of car fans out there, and we have come down here to the world of wheels. And, man, I've seen some beautiful pieces, but I think this one we're at right now is absolutely beautiful. And Clifford Smith, if I remember right, Clifford,
yes,
and you're from Olathe?
Yes, sir, I am.
All I can say, Clifford, is, man, this is a dream here. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure I ever saw any like this in '57. But, man, this is just one beautiful piece, but I'm sure it wasn't quite like this to begin with. Tell you what, why don't you tell us just a little bit about where you came from with this, how you acquired it, and how it all came about.
Well, it's a local car. I bought it from a guy that had stored for a long time. This is my third car I built. I turned around and bought it, parked it in the yard, and then started building my other two cars. Got them done, drove a few of them, and then I started collecting the new modern stuff. I wanted something I could drive across country when I retire, see the country a little bit, and then turn around and do the other stuff I wanted to do with it, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Yeah. I'm retired, and I'm starting to enjoy it life a little bit now.
Well, I think I heard you say a while ago you wanted something that you can drive. Tell you what, Clifford, as Justin walks down through here, well, just tell us a little bit about the interior and stuff like that, about, you know, how it all happened.
All right, I took a set of seats out of a 2003 Tahoe, cut them up, chopped them up, made them fit. The old 57 Chevy had real thick, comfortable seats. I wanted something a little nicer. I wanted buckets. I hand-built the console in it. It represents the front console. It represents the tail fin. The back console, it represents the rockets off the hood. It just, my imagination, I fixed a few things on it, what I thought I'd like to have in it.
What is that little piece in the middle right down there? Looks like a taillight.
That's a taillight. That's a rocket off the hood on the tail fin. That's to represent the hood. And then the front console, there's a tail light down there at the bottom. Yeah. That's to represent the back fin on the tail light.
Wow. Like I say, it is just one beautiful piece. I mean, seen a lot of cars. Let's step up towards the front here, and you can tell us maybe about what you got under the hood here.
Well, basically what I got is an LS3 motor. It's a 6.2 out of a Cadillac Escalade that got rolled over. Never got delivered because it was on the transport. I got it brand new. Took it to machinist in Minneapolis, and he rebuilt the motor, stroked it. We ended up with about 601 horsepower to the engine. It's got a 6L90 transmission, so it's a 6-speed automatic. It cruises down the road, roughly gets 20 miles to gallon of gas on the trips I take it on right now.
Absolutely, man. Like I say, really nice job. I think you said you and your 5 buddies did this on Sundays?
Yes, Sundays only, because I work 6 days a week. Only thing I didn't do was the paint job, and I jobbed that out because I'm getting too old and I couldn't do a showroom job. And the guy had a paint booth, young, starting out, so I gave him a chance to try it, and this is the way it came out.
Yeah. Clifford, once again, man, thank you for doing this, man. I've seen a lot of these in my day. Didn't look like this. But, you know, 57s, I think when they come out with them swept wings on the back, why, they were really a beautiful piece, and you have really done it justice. Thanks a lot, Clifford. Appreciate you giving us a little tour of it.
Yeah, you're appreciated very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. We've caught up with Dick Easterwood, and, man, he's got 2 beautiful cars here for you folks that want to go back just a little bit. 1934, 32.
Phaeton.
Ford Phaeton.
Ford Phaeton, yes.
Man, there again, another beautiful piece here at the car show. Did you do any good as far as the entries here for the car show?
Won all the prizes for this.
You won first place?
First place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just an absolute piece. I think Justin's going to start walking down through the car. Let's kind of go with him. And you can tell us who did the interior on this thing.
Don Kite did the interior. It's all leather.
Yeah. Was this all Kansas City stuff here? I love it when we just talked to a gentleman down here with a 57 Chevy, and he had all the work done here in town too. What about the dash and all that?
That something I made from the dash was smooth, and then I got that bezel that goes around the gauges and put that together like that.
Yeah. Beautiful red. What is this color called?
It's a Porsche red.
Porsche red.
Porsche red.
So it's not a Ford color then.
No, it's not a Ford color.
Boy, tell me about this motor. I mean, that looks like one huge hunk of metal. What is that thing?
It's an all-aluminum Arden. Arcus Duntop and his brother built them in England for the dump trucks would get hot. The flatheads would get hot, wouldn't pull the hills. So him and his brother designed these heads for the trash trucks in England.
You're
and
kidding.
then no, and then they kind of caught on at the hot rod world, and they're making them out of aluminum and everything. So they're nice heads.
And where did you acquire the car from? I don't know if we quite covered that or not, but I'm sure it didn't look like this when you first got it.
I bought the frame and then the body and done all the work on it and mounted everything, and all stainless exhaust and my headers that I built and everything I've done on it, done myself except for the interior.
Right.
That was Don Kite. So
let's walk back here. I think Justin's just about ready to start back here with the sprint car. And now you built this sprint car yourself, or is it a chassis that you can acquire?
Well, it's a chassis you can acquire, but we've done a lot of modifications to it.
I see.
And
I love your colors. I'm a red and yellow guy, by the way, with the cheese works and all. But man, there again, beautiful paint job. And tell us a little bit about the car, the motor, and where it might be running this year.
Well, probably running Odessa most of the time. Yeah, I-70, and we'll probably run Lakeside a little bit when they have the shows over there. But this is something we built from scratch, and headers and everything, we built it ourselves. So
you must have a tubing bender of some kind then.
Well, yeah, I've got access to one, but Charlie Burton, the guy that owns it, he done a lot of the work on it. So
looks like Tyler's going to be driving it. Any relationship to you?
No, it's Charlie's son, the guy that helped me on it when he used to drive it, and it's his son this year's going to drive it.
What kind of horsepower are we going to get out of this hot rod? I think you built a motor too, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a 360. It'll probably make 300-400 horse, probably that.
Well, that ought to get her around the track pretty good.
Yeah. It's
Okay. Well, Dick,
we made everything as light as we could on it, so it's a lot of they're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Dick, I appreciate your time, buddy, and talking to us here. Looks like a labor of love. I think you're kind of like me. I think I heard you say you might be like 3 years older than me. Not ready to retire. You still want to go at it.
Yeah. I don't plan on retiring.
How can you when you're having this much fun?
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't. Everybody asks me, when are you going to retire? I said, I don't plan on retiring. As long as I can do it and like to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Dick. Appreciate your time, buddy. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Oh, what's your name, sir?
Ray McDonald.
Ray McDonald, right there. Yep. We've got Ray McDonald here, and man, I think it is my favorite car of the show because I had a 53 Chevy, and in fact, you've done it the same way I did. First thing I did was took the 53 taillights out and put 54 on it because I thought they looked neater.
Easy change.
And I just noticed, I thought, man, he's done the same thing. But man, just an absolute beautiful car. I envy you so much, I can't believe it. But you say you bought it originally in '62.
Yep, $265.
You're kidding, $265.
Paid for it, baling hay and, working for farmers, whatever.
Yeah, you sound like me. I think I bought mine in 60 or 61. I think I paid $500, but it just had a rebuilt motor put in it, 6-cylinder, of course. But man, I drove that thing for a long time. I wouldn't say I drag raced with it because with that 6-cylinder I didn't go nowhere, but it was pretty neat car. But
I hopped up to 6, because I couldn't afford a V8. Hopped up to 6-cylinder, and always got beat, but it was fun.
I'm going to talk to the builder here for just a minute. Tell me your name, sir.
Chris Carlson.
Yeah. First off, man, let's start right here with this motor. What is that thing? It looks huge.
It's a crate LS3, 525 horse. So it's from GM. It's the connecting crew, so you get the motor, the transmission, all the wiring together.
Yeah.
All the pedals and all that. So it really goes in nice. You just drive it a little bit, but yeah, it sounds great. It's a cool car.
Do I see a turbo on there?
No, that's actually just air intake. On an LS3, you got to have 10 inches of tube for an airflow sensor, and then also for your vent, or for your air intake. So you got to build that over. That's the one drawback about running the LS3.
Yeah. What about the rest of the powertrain? Did that come with it, or is that
Yeah.
something you engineered yourself?
Well, it's got a 4L65E transmission, and then we did a I lost the name of it. Ford rear end, the 8.8 with the disc brakes, and then we did a TCI Mustang 2 front end that's a bolt-in.
Fabulous piece, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate both of you talking with us, man. It's like I say, I'm so envious I can't stand it. Thank you.
Come see me. We'll go for a ride.
Where you live?
Parkville.
Oh, shoot, I live in North Kansas City.
All right. We're neighbors.
I'd love that. That would be absolutely fantastic. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got Randy Steffen here, and like to try to please everybody, so we've got a little truck here for you to look at. And there again, just a fantastic paint job. Was it Roy Steffen?
Randy
Steffen. Randy, you're from Independence.
from Independence.
Did you do most of the work? Or
Did all the work.
You did it all?
Everything.
You got a body shop or something, or what?
No, I do ornamental iron work actually, but I do a little bit of body work and things. My son and I built everything on it.
Yeah.
It's basically it's a 51 Ford truck. It's got a S10 chassis on it that I shortened. It's a 350 small block Chevy or 350 turbo automatic. It's chopped 3 inches. It's sectioned 3.5 inches. I built the bed, built the running boards. Just got done building the tailgate and the roll pan. It's everything on it's custom built basically. I've done everything. It's suicided doors. I don't know. It's Frenched and I've done a lot of work to it.
I was going to say...
It's 4 years right now, basically.
Oh, really?
A little over 4 years.
Yeah.
Just got it running this last summer.
I was going to say, I know a lot of people, I think you can get online and buy some of this stuff, but man, it's got to be a lot more satisfying and probably cheaper to do it yourself.
Building it all myself, yeah. That's at least I can go places and do things. Everybody says, did you build that? I'm like, yep, every drop of it.
Man, you got to be proud of that. There again, I think people that preserve stuff like this are just special because, let's face it, some of these kids nowadays, the stuff that these Honda, whatever, pieces of cars.
Tuners, yeah.
I don't appreciate the beauty of these, especially coming from our childhood. A swinging tailgate.
Yeah.
And what is that? Cherry wood or what is?
It's actually walnut, but it's not done yet. I just got it in here. I just did this and the roll pan for the show, and the bed's not done yet.
Well, buddy, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you.
Suicide doors.
Look at here, suicide doors. Oh man, I remember a kid I used to ride to school with had a DeSoto that had suicide doors. And you had to be careful because in a snowstorm, he never wanted to stop. He wanted to keep rolling. And one of them doors caught you, man. You went rolling. Yeah. But thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you. What is this for?
Well, I don't know, but I think we've kind of been favoring the Chevrolets here a little bit. We've got Bill McGoy here.
Oh, yeah.
This is his car, and he's built it. But another a 55 Chevy. Bill, this thing is just fantastic. I know you were telling me here just a minute ago, man, you've won quite a few awards. Tell me about some
110 awards, 115 awards. I won best paint in 07, probably 30 best paints by now. And I won best paint again in down Branson last year. 800 cars there and 11-year-old paint job on it.
Let's step over this way and let him shoot that motor. But man, that is beautiful. Tell me a little bit about the powerhouse you got in there. Did you build that too?
It's a 327 Corvette motor. All polished up, all balanced, blueprinted, all built up real nice. Everything brand new on the front to back,
Yeah.
Just a beautiful car.
Yeah. What about the drivetrain? What
Drivetrain is positive track rear end, gets 4-speed transmission, power steering, brakes, and air. No air on it, no. But other than that, everything's nice,
Well, Mr. Bill, appreciate it, man. Like, it is one beautiful thing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys that take the time, the money, and the energy to keep these things looking probably way better than they ever were. But anyway, it sure looks nice. Thank you, Bill. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just definitely a showstopper. Everybody loves it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I walked by it a while ago, and I thought,
pow!
I got to.
Yeah. That's what everybody's like.
I got to come back and see
right.
this.
Everybody's got to do that, you know. I can't believe how nice it is, you know.
Thank you, Bill. We
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Be on Grandpa Sports Videos on Facebook.
Grandpa Sports Video.
Okay.
Okay. We've caught up with Brett McGee, and he is the owner of this beautiful Mustang, which you're going to see here in just a little bit. I think Justin's starting to head over that way. Brett, first off, how did you acquire the car and about what time?
I bought this car late 2009 off of eBay, and it was a pile of bones. It was all that was left of it. We had very little metal left and a pile of pieces that I brought back to Kansas City and started the journey.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for it originally?
Originally, I paid $3,200 for the car.
And I hate to ask what it's worth now because I'm sure it's way up there.
I haven't put that number on it yet.
Yeah. But man, just a beautiful piece. I'm sure you're really proud, having it under your control and whatever. But once again, just really, really nice. I think we're going to step over here and talk to the car builder or fabricator, I think you said.
Yes.
But what was your name, sir?
My name is Mike Zinovich.
Mike, and do you have a shop here in town? Is
Yes.
that
Z's Radical Rods in Smithville.
in Smithville? Man, there's a bunch of us guys from over north. I live in North Kansas City, and I think I've talked to two other people. One guy from Parkville that we talked about the '53 Chevy, I think. But man, I get up to Smithville quite a bit. What is that right there on 169?
Just north of Smithville on 169.
Yeah. Well, you're probably familiar up there with Yancey Shepherd,
Oh,
the
yeah.
motor builder.
Yep.
I've been up to Yancey's place a couple of times. Went up there once and he did a dyno test for me. But tell you what, tell us a little bit about the car, man. I understand. I think you guys won first place in color.
The outstanding paint.
Yeah.
Brett brought it to me. He had started the project. He had the panels welded on there, and he had a vision of what he wanted. Pretty much with the car, and the two of us throughout the build, we put our heads together. We did a lot of changing in the body modifications between the scoops and the quarter panels and the scoops up high.
Yeah.
The making the panels for under the hood, getting that perfect fit all around, and then between the two of us, we came up with the color.
Yeah.
We made the color.
Oh.
He's the only one that owns this color.
So this is a one-time mix.
Yes. No, I made a formula for it.
Oh, you?
It's got his name on it.
Yeah.
We started out with a yellow base and did the candy tangerine over the top of it.
Oh wow, that is pretty. Now, did you do the motor work or did he?
He had the motor
Okay,
motor
let's go
work
back
done.
over to Brett. Tell me about this motor, Brett.
The motor was built by Don Burlington at Burlington
yes.
Performance. Yeah.
You hear that, Justin? Burlington built the motor.
Yeah, Burlington.
Yes.
Don Burlington Sr. fully ported the heads on it for me. I've been a family friend of theirs since I've been about 10 years old, so
Yeah.
I know Little and Big Don, and
Yeah.
they did the motor work for me. And in the transmission rear end, the rear end was done by Larry Larson out there. He helped me with the full setup of that and all the mounting of all the bracketry. And Z, I've got a whole list here if they could show that of people that are a part of this car. And, but no, it's been a great experience. And like I said, me and Z, Mike Zinovich, worked really well together with just my design concept and his ideas and knowledge of working on cars. So it worked out well. And I'm proud of how it's came out.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes two heads are better than one, without a doubt. Hey, Brett, Mike, thanks a lot, guys. Ooh, mama. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
What else to say? Ooh, mama. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It'll be on Grandpa's Sports Videos on Facebook. I know that's a mouthful. Got Todd Ash here from Lenexa for you two-wheeler fans. Just an absolutely beautiful piece back behind us. Todd, did you buy this new? How did it come to where it's at now?
Yeah, I bought it new, and over the years we just developed, it kind of snowballed into the monster bike that we have, Monster Energy.
Yeah.
We had it custom painted, a little carbon inlay there on the tank, the fairing, and then we put our rendition of the Monster. You know, no one's ever seen it before, and we went ahead and put our little rendition of it on the tank there.
Now I have to ask, it's like so many of these things that you see at these car shows, do you actually take this thing out and ride it on the street?
Yeah, we do. It's got 26,000 miles on it.
Gosh,
so
really?
it's an 08 V-Star 1300. But yeah, we've had it since it was new, and just kind of accidentally fell into it with the Monster Energy stuff.
Now, who did most of the, if you want to call it build or artwork or whatever with it? Who did that?
The bags we had done by Edwards Brothers out in Merriam. They do a lot of leather work for custom cars and boats. And then Scott Thomas and his crew painted that. Wheelchair Mike and a few of the guys there. So they did an outstanding job on the paint.
I presume you're married?
Yeah, my wife Donna. She and I kind of put a little bit of extra cash into it.
So you have matching leathers?
Yeah, a few T-shirts and leathers. Yeah, you could say that.
And how did you do here at the show? Did you guys win anything?
We did. We took first place in our category. Yeah, in the division there. Yeah. So yeah, we did well.
I was going to say, it's a beautiful presentation, and of course the bike is pretty. Yeah. But man, nice presentation.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks a lot, Todd.
Yep. Have a good one.
For you younger generation, we've got something right here that I'm sure you would absolutely love to have. This is built by Steve Bailey, correct?
Yes, sir.
Steve, man, that's one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Do you have a child or something that rides this?
No, I actually rode it when I was a kid, and now it's part of the family.
What year is it? I guess maybe I should ask.
We built it back in 1998, and we refreshed it in 2008, and here it is in 2019, and we still have it.
Who did the paint job on it? I mean, that's some pretty slick stuff there.
The murals were done by a guy named James. The striping was done by Nubs. Yeah. And the overall paint came from me. I did most of the paint.
Of course, I have to ask you about them rims. I don't think I've ever seen a rim with that many spokes.
There's 144 spokes on each wheel. So 288 spokes total on the bike.
Yeah. What about that chain on there? Has that been coated or something?
It's a gold anodize. Plating doesn't really stick well to chains when they move. So we anodize the chain, and then it has the twisted crank, twisted sprocket.
Yeah. Okay, man, I appreciate it. Quite a piece. Did you do any good in your category?
Yes, that took second place with the Bicycle Radical Custom.
All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I've caught up with Sean Burns, and for you folks that are a little faster crowd out there, we've actually come in here where there's some oval racing going on, and Sean is the president of Central Auto Racing Boosters, which is a car club, I think, mostly for dirt oval tracks, would be how we would put that category. But Sean, man, nice display you guys have had down. Of course, we're sitting here on Bobby Lane's mini sprint, I think is what they're called. That's right, Midwest Lightning Sprint. I'll get it. But Sean, going to have a good year this year?
We hope so. I mean, of course we have a good year, but I mean, today was all about the car display and promoting circle track racing in Kansas City, along with the Central Auto Racing Boosters Hall of Fame. We had midgets from 1947 all the way up to a brand new Rage B-Mod in our booth, along with Midwest Lightning Sprints, and just getting that awareness out there. Yeah. There were times that we were 5 and 6 wide during some autograph sessions. We had multiple drivers come out for that. It was a huge success, so we're very, very happy about it. So now if you want to talk about 2019 with me, we're going to be doing a lot of racing, and we're pretty excited about it. We think we've got some things figured out with the new rule changes that I think are going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be as bad as most guys are thinking. And we've got 48 races on our schedule, starting at Valley. Then we're going to run Lakeside every Friday night. The summer series, of course, at CMS. 6 nights at I-35. And then we're going to run the every other week series at Bethany. So we're pretty excited about that. Got some new sponsors that came on board, and we're pretty excited about that. We'll be displaying the car here hopefully in a couple weeks once all the sponsors are on. So
I think we might mention for the fans out there, like I say, this is not a typical racing page that you would go to for that, but we might mention that the tracks that are covered under CARB sanctioning would be Lakeside, Valley, CMS.
Nope. Lakeside Valley, US 36, Bethany,
I-35.
and I-35.
Yeah, nice. But any of you folks out there that aren't race fans, why, be the opportunity for you to get out this summer and go to some local racing. Understand also Valley Speedway out in Green Valley, Missouri is giving away free tickets for kids to get in.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Any of their events that they do, or anytime they have any drivers out doing an event, they do a real good job with their kids' free club. And if you've ever been out to Valley, my good, they do a good job with the kids, with the bus that Dennis does and everything. So it's really good.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to close it out. I hope you folks there on Grandpa Sports Videos have enjoyed this trip down here to the World of Wheels, and I think we're going to close it out. I want to thank Justin Lawson for doing the camera work, and we will see you down the road somewhere, probably here in a week or so. So hope you enjoyed it. Good night.
Good night.